All right, Frontal Blessings, we are back with another video. Before we begin, a couple quick announcements. So we do have an official date now. It is set. Got it quicker than I thought. Obviously only been a day between videos, as I told you in the last video, for the conference. So the 8th annual Journey of the Black Adept Conference. We'll now promote that with the exact dates. It'll be this year, October 30th to November 2nd. All right, the conference will begin Thursday with a meet and greet and an brief opening ritual to open the conference. And then on Friday, we'll get right to work with classes and workshops on Friday and Saturday, followed by a group ritual in the evening time, then followed by a group dinner on both nights, Friday and Saturday night. And then we have a question and answer class that I'll be doing on Sunday afternoon from noon to 4 p.m. So it's a 4-day event. We've already got some stuff planned. We don't have it fully, excuse me, because it's still a bit early. We don't have it fully organized yet. But a 4-day event of classes, workshops, gathering. We have some fun. You know, we go out to eat, we socialize, we kick it. It's a little bit of everything, but it's a great yearly event for us to get together as an occult family and, you know, socialize and do ritual work and fellowship, right? That's what the conference was geared for, okay? So the 8th annual Journey of the Black Adept Conference will be October 30th to November 2nd in Hollywood, Florida at Cultural Expressions. More to come on that, but now we'll keep pumping the exact date as we are now on the first day of June. We got it promoted very early this year, so we now have a couple of months to keep pumping this out there, but you can make your plans now. All right, if you're interested in a spiritual reading or a consultation, I offer various different readings: Telepathic demonic readings, Santa Muerte readings, Egyptian oracle readings, shadow work readings, which is always a great reading to do if you want to see what's currently going on around you in the current moment. It gives you a good sense of direction of what kind of ritual work you should be doing. As you know, I teach ritual work should be designed first and foremost, needs first before wants. Because if you take care of those needs, the wants will manifest. Trust me when I tell you. Maybe you're interested in a deity reading to see what gods, goddesses, demons, and spirits walk with you. Or maybe you're just interested in a spiritual consultation. As I said, people use that. Pretty much they come with a full list of questions. Or maybe you want to focus on an area of interest, or maybe you just have a particular situation you want to focus on. But I want to make it clear, a consultation is not a reading. A reading involves divination. A consultation doesn't. All right? If you're interested in any of the aforementioned, shoot me an email, khnum19@gmail.com, and I will get back to you. Please include in that email your full weekly availability and the time zone you're in, and I will get back to you with a date and time that works for both of us. Don't forget to check out the social media pages for Primordial Chaos, Primordial Chaos 9 on Instagram, Primordial Chaos 2 words on Facebook, primordialchaos.com 3 on TikTok. That's the best place to stay abreast of the latest happening, announcements, classes. Also, all the June Patreon classes and rituals are posted for the month of June. That is up now if you are a Patreon member. We have Esoterical Occult Bible Study class this month, this Tuesday. Coming up on June 3rd, 8 p.m., we have the Norse Mythology, Left-Hand Path, and Runes class. That's class number 8 in that installment. That'll take place this Tuesday night. We also have the Telepathic Sorcery and Magic class for this month. And this month's group ritual, we haven't visited her in a while, but she came through for this month. Kali Ma the Destroyer ritual. That will take place the last Friday in the month of June, which this will give us a good steam rolling into the month of July, working with Set as we devote the month of July to Set here at Primordial Chaos. Also, the June Set working for those who are on the Patreon page and you have been doing the yearly workings for the last couple of years. We have now the June Set working is up and available. That was posted late last night. So continue your work throughout the year with Set in the year of the number 9, which is Set's year, the number 9 of the Black Flame of Consciousness. So that working is up. I've also posted on all the pages what I just announced in the beginning, the dates for the 8th annual Journey of the Black Adept Conference. All right. Also, don't forget to check out the Primordial Chaos podcast, available on Spotify and all major podcast platforms. If you want to sign up for classes, go to the Primordial Chaos Patreon page at patreon.com/Baniti, Baniti. Go to the collection sections. You will see all the ongoing classes happening Right now, with constant new classes being added on a regular basis, there's enough of content to keep you busy for years, and that's not even an exaggeration. Just a ton of information on there, ritual work, class work, just if you're looking to take your left-hand path, occult practice to the next level, check out the Patreon page. Join Tier 3, that gives you access to the 3 private classes I do every month on Patreon, including the group Ritual. That's patreon.com/Baniti, Baniti, and join Tier 3. You'll get access to everything in the archives going 5+ years back. The direct link to my podcast, my contact email address, the social media pages, and the direct link to the Primordial Chaos Patreon page to sign up for classes, all of those links are in the description box of this video you're watching right now. You see the title, so I kind of want to use this short video to talk about a ritual that will be part of the open project this year for the Temple of the Ascending Flame. As you guys know, I've mentioned to you here and there, I am a high priest in the Temple of the Ascending Flame, and I always try to contribute work as a way of giving back, because the temple gives so much, in my opinion, freely without asking for anything. So anytime I can give back and do work, whether that's for books or open projects, I contribute. So this is an open project that's being done by the Temple of Ascending Flame. I am the one who created it, so I want to also share it with you guys on all my platforms, and I hope you guys can participate in this project, which begins, I believe it's the 25th. You will see it posted on the Temple of Ascending Flame's website. I will also post it on the Patreon page, and I will post it on the platforms. But you can go straight to the Temple of Ascending Flame page and download it for free. It's a 7-day working that will begin, I believe, in the 3rd week of June. It's, don't quote me, I think it's the 18th to the 25th, if I'm not mistaken. But it'll be posted shortly, and I will have it posted. It's the Negra 7 Days of Death ritual. It has everything described on there, what you'll need for the ritual, the implements, 7 black candles. There's a sigil that is included in the working that you'll use for the ritual. It tells you exactly what kind of incense working tools you'll need. Everything on there, the full instructions for the 7 days, right? So I'm not going to really go into that, because all that information is on the working. When you download it, you'll have access to it. I want to talk about, just briefly focus for a few minutes in this video on what the working is about. That's the main reason. All right. As you know, over the years, I've attributed a lot of my success to working with the Holy Death, also known as Santa Muerte. I started out years ago as I encountered the Holy Death back in 1994. Didn't really start working with her till years later, but my first introduction to the black aspect, Negra, was my first introduction to the Holy Death in 94, which I realized at that time I was being prepped for something greater, which was the reason why I didn't really fully indulge in working with her in 1994. But then fast forward, 12, 13 years later almost. And then I started to work with her, and then other avenues in her paths and her different manifestations I started to become acclimated with, and really took it work, not just a liking to, but really things clicked when I started working with all her aspects. But this one focuses on the black aspect, so I created this particular working because it's the foundation, because I've learned in working with all of her aspects, it's really a conglomeration of the black aspect. It all has its root there. But this one particularly focuses on death, and not just physical death. Yes, the ritual will help you understand the unknown. It'll alleviate the fears of what death is, because that's what Negra does. She really reveals the hidden gnosis of what death is. Death is really the doorway to eternity. On the occult in the left-hand path, we don't look at death as finality, the end. We overcome any fears we have about it. It's not like we're trying to speed it up, because sometimes you see in certain paths and system, they try to use the whole death concept in a very fucked up way. I'm just going to keep it real. Death really teaches you, as I've said before, to live your life to the fullest. Anybody who embraces the death current is going to sound crazy, has a zest and an appreciation for life than no other. Why? because they know that they must do the best that they can while they're in this physical manifestation on this realm. They know that this is just one of the many stopping points in their journey. And they know what they do here will help and assist them as they continue to evolve and make their spiritual transition back to the essence, right? So we don't fear death. We embrace death. We understand death. And as I've said to you guys many times before, what we have been programmed to think living is, this is not living, people. Because as I've told you many times before, when you emerge from the womb of your mother, you live to die again, only to go back to the very essence you manifested from. So you come out, you emerge from your mother's womb, and then you start aging. And as you start aging, and as you start getting older, sicknesses, illnesses, diseases, old age creeps in. The body starts to break down. Eventually you get old, and then you give up the physical breath and you make your transition. Okay? Back to the very essence that you came from. Physically, as the scripture, the Bible says, from the dust of the ground you came, from the dust of the ground you shall return. That's the physical body. The etheric body, the soul, goes back to its origin. You become a being of light and energy once again. And sometimes you, depending on your understanding of reincarnation, you reincarnate in another existence or another life. But that's a story in a video for a whole nother time. But it's the ritual is not just to get you to understand physical death, which is part of it. It's also geared strongly towards spiritual deaths, mental deaths, emotional deaths, and yes, financial deaths, right? Because we go through all those deaths. Sometimes we go through a financial crisis. That's a financial death. Sometimes we go through a serious breakup with a significant other, or we lose a loved one or a close person to us because they transition on. That's an emotional death we suffer. Spiritual death. We can be lost spiritually and not know our way, not know our path, not know our sense of purpose. So we're all over the fucking place. We're dibble-dabbling, not sure who and what we are and what we're doing. That can be spiritual death. So the ritual is geared. There's one. You're going to do one thing for each day. You'll see. You're going to create 7 specific things you need to work on or you need to destroy and kill about yourself. So it's about deconstructing something about yourself and reconstructing something. 7 particular aspects. The ritual will clearly show you how you do that. It will also show you at the end of the ritual how to finish the ritual off. There will be elements that you will be using in the ritual, that the proper way to dispose of. All of that is explained in the ritual, but I want to kind of pump in people's minds to, because you have a little bit of time, because June just began, so you have a couple of weeks to really think about 7 things about yourself you need to improve. And you're going to write these down on parchment paper. And again, those instructions are in the ritual. You will write down specifically 7 things you need to focus on. It could be anything. It could be something of a spiritual nature. It could be something of a mental nature, because mental health is critical to this path. Mental death, so when people suffer from depression, anxiety, or they're very indecisive and they can't make clear decisions, that could be suffering from mental deaths. But also to understand the spiritual and the mental death can be one chapter or one door in your life closing so another door can open, right? We as I said many times to you guys in many classes and rituals, we all go through multiple mental and spiritual deaths and emotional deaths on this path, because usually cycles of our lives are changing. Again, we've completed a chapter or a cycle in our life that's run its course, whether that could be with a career, a job, it could be with a social circle of friends, it could even be with a significant other, it could be any of those things. But sometimes as you're navigating on your own personal journey of self-mastery, sometimes you get to a fork in the road where you have to go one way and everything else you used to deal with might have to go the other way. That's just the way it is, right? This is what this ritual is about. This is why this ritual was created, and this is why I sat down and gave it thought. And I want you guys, since you have a little time, the other reason for coming on here and doing this, so think about 7 things about yourself you need to improve. And I'm sure we could probably find way more than 7 things about ourselves that we needed to improve. I know there's going to be some people faking the funk, acting like they ain't got 7 things about themselves they need to improve. Well, then that's your first thing you need to improve on, is you're lying to yourself. You're a liar. You're not being real with yourself. We all got shortcomings. We all got shit we're working on. And I throw some things out. It could be your temper. It could be your patience. It could be maybe you don't have any of your emotions in check when it comes to rage and anger. Maybe you are struggling from dealing with, you struggle managing money financially. Maybe you have addictions you can't overcome, whether that's food, drugs, sex, any of those things. This would all apply. So I'm just throwing some quick tips out there. So it's best you take, before you do the working or the ritual, you take some time over the next week or two and really give some thought. Now, if you have a Santa Muerte altar set up, or a Holy Death altar, or some aspect you work with her in your ritual space, sit in front of her, meditate on it for a little bit, right? You have a decent amount of time to kind of get yourself prepared on exactly what it is you want to do, right? So give that some thought. Really prepare for this ritual. I'm kind of excited about it. I'll be doing it myself. So I also want to include the awareness to this to people on my platforms, my Patreon page, my Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, etc. I want it to be available and known to you guys. It is an open project. It's available for anybody that wants to do it, and everybody has access to it for free. So there's nothing you need to sign up for, join, or none of that stuff. I will post the PDF file of it soon. It would also be available on the Temple of Ascending Flame website, where it will be available for you or anybody else that would like to do this working for free. Okay? So really think about what it is you want to work on. We're in the middle of the year. We're in the summer solstice. It's the hot time of the year. It's the burning part of the year, right? As I told you guys before, this is a very draining time of year for me. I know a lot of people love the sun, and they love the heat, and they love this time of year. I do to an extent, but there's a strong burning process that goes on this time of year. There's so much energy, and everybody's spiritual vibrational frequency varies. Mine is very sensitive during this time of the year. I don't like to be bothered with a lot of bullshit because I tap into so much shit. This time of the year, I go hard with ritual work this time of the year. So I'm doing a lot of stuff on a personal level, on an internal level, because then it prepares me as we come into the season of stasis and darkness, which is my favorite time of the year, the winter, because it shifts the energy to a whole nother level, as you guys know. So this is where we kind of go hard. This is our hard time of the year, driving it home to the conference in October, which the beautiful thing is, it's going to be fucking awesome this year. Because on Friday night, which would be Halloween night, that's going to be our biggest ritual. So this will be the first time where we're able to do a full-blown ritual on what they call Samhain's Day, which is a powerful festival for people on the occult and the left-hand path. I could do a whole video on how much energy and power, and it's just an awesome fucking night, man. And this is going to be really good, because it falls on the biggest night that we do our biggest ritual in the conference. Because as you know, on Friday we do an indoor working, and Saturday night we have an outdoor working. I always make sure I do one and one to kind of give you guys different aspects of group ritual, right? Because group ritual is obviously different from individual solo ritual, and they both serve a purpose, but different purposes. And I always encourage people to experience both, right? But your personal work will always be your most powerful work. But I always encourage people, to some degree, you should experience some form of group ritual work, in my opinion. Okay? Yeah, so that's basically what I wanted to cover. I wanted to give you guys a heads up on the Nina Negra 7 Days of Death ritual. I hope you guys are able to participate in it. I'm giving you the heads up a couple of weeks in advance, because there will be a large amount of people doing it at the same time. And when you're doing a group working like this worldwide, it's called a egregore. And when you have a large group, the energy will be powerful if, for the most part, everybody can synchronize. And that's what a group working is for, and try to do it around the same time. And like I said, don't be surprised. It happens. Sometimes we enter each other's dreams. You guys have reached out to me many times before and said, Baniti, you appeared to me in my dreams. And some of you have vice versa. That's when you're locked into what we call an egregore. It's a current of energy of like-minded people that are doing similar work, and their vibrational frequencies are resonating on the same tone, same vibration and frequency. It becomes very powerful when you're able to unlock that aspect. So that's very common for that to happen. So I definitely hope to see majority of you participating in it. Other than that, that's kind of what I wanted to touch on in this video. Look for that soon. The Patreon stuff is up. I'm excited for the month of June. I can't wait for July because that's my favorite month ritualistically, because I go hard with Set as we're working with Set for the entire year. It's been a great year, a beautiful year, a lot of year of change, transformation, growth. And, you know, like the snake, we're shedding old skin, right? We see it happening in our work. We're shedding all the old skin, just like the serpent, so a new skin can grow, so we can become a stronger serpent, a stronger dragon, and get that Kundalini energy rising even more powerful than it is, all right? Other than that, if you need to reach out to me, my contact email address for readings, if you need to, the social media pages, the podcast, any information on the conference or the working, you can email me, and also the direct link to the Primordial Chaos Patreon page to sign up for classes. All of those links are in the description box of this video that you're watching right now. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Infernal blessings, and we are out of here.